Hi, welcome. My name's Lindsay. I'm the cognitive health coach, and I wanted to share this video today because I've got some really exciting news to share. Before I do that, let me just say a little bit about what I do as a bit of context. So I help people who are worried about their cognitive health, whether it's their memory, whether they have an Alzheimer's diagnosis, or whether, it's just a bit of brain fog. Generally, I work with couples where one partner is worried about their memory, for example. So I help them reverse their symptoms. And the reason I work with couples is that they can work together, they can support each other. And really the benefit for the other partner is they get their partner back. Now, we don't go down the road of pharmaceuticals. This is entirely using natural approaches to address the root causes. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment, but I want to share the news first of all. Context for that: when I work with people, I get them to do a cognitive test online at the start of the process and another at the end, just so that we can have some concrete measurable results. Of course, they're going to feel a lot better. They're going to notice the improvements themselves, but I just think it's really good to have some numbers around that. So first results are in. So let's take a look. Wow, that is some impressive improvements. So this guy was most worried about his memory, recalling things, being able to remember things, whether that's in the short term or in the longer term. But you can see improvements in all areas of brain function. So executive function, just to let you know, is about being able to follow rules, being able to think strategically, being able to plan ahead, and being able to manage your reactions to things, manage your emotions, things like that. And processing speed is about how quickly you can take on new information or think things through or grasp new concepts. Sometimes when people talk about brain fog, they're talking about processing speed. It just feels like it feels foggy. It feels like it's difficult to take on new information or to understand what's going on. Equally, some people talk about brain fog and they mean memory. Perhaps they just can't get that word that they're searching for. Anyway, some great responses there. Sorry about that, went backwards for a moment there. Let me tell you a little bit more. So the solution will be 100% bespoke to you, based on your needs, your genetic predispositions, but the lifestyle factors we'll work on, there are 7. So we will definitely be working on nutrition because we need to feed our brains. So I don't want you to think that it's going to be some kind of restrictive diet or some difficulty in that. We will work on the things that you like to eat. I'll tell you a bit more about the whole process in a moment. Exercise, I really like that word. Prefer movement. I think exercise sometimes brings up some negative memories or negative connotations for some people. We'll just work in tiny steps on getting you moving a little bit more with things that you already enjoy doing or things that you used to enjoy doing. It's no good trying to suddenly go to the gym if you hate the gym. It's not going to work. It's not going to work for you. You're not going to keep it up. We'll work on your sleep. Sleep, of course, is so important for the brain. We'll work on your stress. You might not think you're very stressed at the moment, and you might not be. That's absolutely true. But just to let you know, this was a big area for me. Looking back, I was so stressed and it was having such an impact on my memory. But at the time, I wouldn't have said I was stressed at all. I thought it was normal. So it may be that we need to work on your stress. And for me, I was very worried about some things, and I wasn't really equating worry with stress either. So we'll work on your stress if we need to. And remember, it might not just be about mental stress. It could be that you're stressing your body in particular ways. So we'll work on that if we need to. Stimulation. So doing activities that are stimulating for you, enjoyable, where you're learning new things or maybe playing games. Just to let you know, the guy in the results earlier put quite a lot of effort into a particular brain training game, one that has been tested in the labs to show actual cognitive improvement. So we know it's a good one. Detox. So there are so many toxins around us in the air we breathe, anything we put on our skin, the products we use around the house, cleaning products, for example, or maybe toxins from work, from your past. One of my clients is an engineer, and we found a lot of heavy metal toxins from the work he used to do. So getting those out. There may be supplements. Now, we will work with a doctor. I cannot prescribe anything to you, can't test, can't diagnose, can't prescribe. I'm a health coach. I'm here to help you make the changes you need to make. But I work with a doctor who is trained in the protocol, who can test you and give you a lifestyle prescription. So there may be some supplements involved in that. So that's the kind of process that we go through. Oh, here we go. So a bit more about that process. Nice, simple 5-step process. Step 1, we'll work out exactly where you are now. So that will include the cognitive test. That's free, by the way. But also we'll look at those 7 areas and assess how you're doing in each of those. Then we'll ease you into a new way of eating in a very gentle way. You know, if we throw out our entire diet and start a restrictive diet, that's not going to be sustainable. What we'll do is we'll look at what you enjoy eating right now, and we might just make some simple little swaps to get a few more nutrients in there, or to take out any things that might have been holding you back a bit. You will get to try some new things out as we go as well. So a lot of my clients find that actually quite a lot of fun. Then we'll work out exactly what's happened to you specifically to impact your brain health. I mentioned I work with a doctor who can do that testing for you. So there may be some supplements to take, or we might find some workarounds for those supplements. I'll just give you an example. Turns out my mom, from her genetic testing and from her blood tests, has not been processing vitamin A very well. So it doesn't matter how many carrots she eats, she's never going to take that beta carotene and turn it into vitamin A in her body. So she takes a vitamin A supplement. I've got to say, I would rather she would just eat some pate, some ready-made vitamin A. She doesn't like pate, so she takes a supplement. But you can see that you can pick and choose, and we can have workarounds to help you apply this protocol in the best way for you. Okay, and we'll work together. We'll make little changes so that it's sustainable. And as we make these little changes and you start feeling a little bit better with each step, then you're going to be more motivated to keep going and to keep making little changes. That's the way that we work. Okay, so if you're ready, if that's convinced you and you can't wait to start, if you've got the time and you've got the energy and you've got the focus to do this right now, get in touch. There's my email address on the screen there. Just get in touch, or you can get in touch via my website and book in with me directly. If you're watching this on YouTube, there'll be some information in the description below this video, so you don't need to write these down quickly. That information will be there. If you're watching this on my website, you can just turn to the appropriate pages, for example, rates and bookings, okay, or contact us. If you're not really ready to leap in yet, I can understand that. If you need more information, happy to share more information with you. I've got a free guide, some handouts, some questionnaires, lots of information for you. So very happy to share that with you. Again, drop me an email or go to my website and click on the contact us, and I'll get that information across to you. Equally, if you've got some questions and you really want to have a bit of a conversation about it, you can book in for a free, no obligation chat with me. We'll establish exactly what your needs are. What's your situation? What do you really want to achieve? And then I can give you a bit more sort of direction about perhaps your best way forward. And if you need more information, more research, more resources, I can share those with you then. If we decide that we both want to work with each other, we can take that from there. If you just need more information, that's fine too. No obligation. Okay, well, so thank you for watching, and I hope I will be meeting with you soon.